Take it away, girl.
Welcome, I'm CAROLEE and this is Pablo. This is the second video that we have done. The reason we started these videos is to hopefully just, you know, give everybody a little happiness and laughter, bring a smile to their face, and talk about love and life and, you know, how to make both a little bit better for everybody. Our first video you can find on our Facebook pages. His is the best to look for.
Told you not to say that. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. He altered my script. Okay. Anywho, on the last video we talked about, what did we talk about? How to, the girlfriend test, you know, how to pass, or if she's a good girlfriend or whatever. And we asked for your opinions on, you know, how do you know when someone loves you and how do you show your love and anything else you want to talk about. So, some of the comments we got on our things, first off, one of them was respect. And that's a big one in my book. One thing I can't stand is when you see a couple together and they're like, the guy's calling the girl names or just...
Oh, shut up.
Just being... Isn't he so nice? But as you saw in the girlfriend test, he does open the door for me about 75% of the time. Every now and then I just jump and do it because I'm not used to having that. So, anyways, but I think you should always try to be respectful of your mate. You know, sometimes they just need to be alone or just need to, they're in their mood, whatever. And you got to be respectful of their differences and just try to get along the best you can. Do you have anything to say about respect?
Can't we just get along?
Yes. Why can't we just all get along? That is true. That's one of my favorite sayings. There's no need for drama, right? Okay. So what else do we have here? Your turn. He's reading off the script.
Laughter. Oh, what's my opinion? Oh yeah, my daughter. She commented, it's laughter.
Is that the magic to a relationship or something?
You know, if it's one of the most important things in a relationship, laughter. I said laughter. Well, it depends on the individual, because it depends on the laughter. To me, I didn't laugh that much. It was because I wasn't comfortable, probably in my own skin. Didn't mean that I didn't love her any. It's just that I had issues that were going on with me that I couldn't laugh. I mean, I had to learn how to cry first. I realized later on, and don't matter what age you are. But when I came to a point that I didn't like how my life was going, and there was no joy at all, there was no laughter. The laughter that I had was a fake laughter, like with a smile and, and you know, but it wasn't real at all. It wasn't from the heart. And I got in touch with myself when I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. And I was bawling. I was crying, begging him. I wanted to change so bad. And that's when I learned how to cry. I learned how to let go. And after I learned how to cry and accept the crying as not as a weakness, but as a healing process, then that's when I started learning how to laugh. And sure, laughter is very important in a relationship, because a relationship is not easy. And if you take a relationship serious, there's no such thing as a serious laughter. So you're gonna have a serious attitude. You're gonna have a serious outlook on life. You're gonna have a serious, and why so serious? I mean, you know. I feel. That's only my opinion now.
Oh, I gotta
and that's my point of laughter.
No, I gotta agree. If you don't, I mean, really, crying is very important. Sometimes you just gotta, like, let it out, get rid of the negative feelings so you have room for positive things. I think we laugh a lot. We even laugh, like, sometimes we'll be driving around and I'll say something, and then 5 minutes later he says the same thing but in a different way. I don't know. And I'm like, I just said that. And he's like, you did? You know, and it's like, and then we just look at each other and laugh. It's like a little bit of a language barrier or something. I don't know what it is, but We just laugh. Whatever.
Joy is a beautiful thing. Joy is not just a three-letter word. I mean, joy it's an experience. It's a human experience that needs to be actually taken in and owned. And there's ways to get that joy. And I hope you find it. I really hope. If you have joy, then no problem, you know. Just spread that joy around because, you know, that's the light within all of us.
Isn't that part of our purpose, is leaking love and joy on people, right?
Oh, leaking, I don't have a problem. With those diabetic pills, I'm always leaking.
Yeah. True. See, we laugh a lot, and I think that's why his daughter asked that, is because the first video we were unprepared, it was unscripted. I came over and said, let's do it. We talked about it before, and we did it like half an hour later. No script, no nothing. So we were laughing.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Joey Ortez. We used to know him as Bongo Joey.
Oh, yeah.
From Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania. We raised together. Yo, yeah, always, bro. I'm going to check you out this summer now. You know, we get together, we're going to have a deep jam session. Joey's an excellent bongo player. We used to play in the days in New York City with Jose Mangual and Louis Romero, and, well, they were all there. Yeah, he lives, and I want to say...
And I have family in Pennsylvania, so we can go visit everybody.
There you go. We killed two birds with one stone.
And down they go. Back on subject here.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
No? No. I didn't mean to beat you down. Okay, the next one's kind of a funky little subject for us, but sex before marriage. Somebody asked, you know, their daughter is 17 and she's really going to stand to that, you know, being celibate before marriage. And we believe in that. It's kind of something new, because I'll admit my old life, whatever, you know. But, I thought you were going to make some points.
No, I'm straightening out my glasses.
Oh, your lenses are falling apart again.
Yeah.
But anyways, we have been doing that, practicing no intimacy unless we decide to get married someday. And some of the advantages that I found is there is no pressure. All we do is hang out together, get to know each other as friends.
Hug and kiss.
Yeah, but we keep it cool.
And hug and kiss.
And hug and kiss some more.
Well, sometimes just kiss and kiss.
You're so silly. Another thing I thought of, which is kind of a weird thing, probably nobody thought of, but it gives us an opportunity to miss each other. If you're spending the night and then hanging out all day, this and that. I know one day, or you don't have time to miss each other if you're always together, but like one day, Pablo had a doctor's appointment and his friend Chris came and got him. Then afterwards, he texted and said, hey, we're going to go visit a friend for a little while. I'm like, all right, you know. So we didn't see each other like till the afternoon or something, I don't know. Then they all stopped by my house, and just the grin on his face when he said, hi, honey. And I'm like, oh, we were just so happy to see each other. But if you're together...
I didn't say it like that.
How do you say it?
I went, hi, honey.
He did not. He doesn't really act like that, seriously.
Yes, dear.
Anything you got to say about that subject?
Or sex before marriage. Well, it depends on your upbringing, your moral values is very important. What your family has taught you, what spiritual lessons you have received from your parents, or what you have learned. And it's up to the person, because, you know, living in this country, of course, where sex is sold, and ever since you're young, you see sex magazines, sex, so sex becomes part of, as like when you're hungry, you eat, you know, and it shouldn't really be that way. It shouldn't be sold like that. It shouldn't be programmed through television that way, but unfortunately it is. And it's going to cause problems, because sex is a very important part of a relationship. If carried it right and thought about it right and lived it right. And it depends on the individual. Well, for me, I was brought by society that sex what it, this is the first time I'm going out with a person and we're not having sex. But no, it's not that bad.
No.
It's a growing process. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the other person with you. You become friends. So that way, by becoming friends, you get to know each other's quirks or ifs. You get to understand them instead of trying to change them. Once you understand them, it's a beautiful thing because you're learning how to love the person for who the person really is. Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful thing. And companionship, there's so much more in marriage than just have sex. I mean, you're comparing lust with sex. Mm-hmm. When the wrong head starts thinking over the top head, Where did I hear that before?
I think it was on Facebook the other day.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
No,
take it away.
But it is true. I agree with everything. I mean, it's just like, I have to say it's one of the best start of a relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Beginning of a relationship, whatever. Right? Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, all right. Oh, yes, the next subject. And it's not, we're not going to answer it sex-wise. Spice it up. Remember that one person wanted to know how to keep things spicy.
Well, again, to me, it depends on the individual, where they're at with their moral values and what they see sex as.
No, but we're not going to answer it sexy way. Just how do you keep me coming around? He says, I don't know why you keep coming back. No.
I don't have to keep you coming around.
Okay. All right. For instance, I had an idea. One thing that we do is like, I might send him an email with whatever I've been thinking. Just, hey, I was thinking about you, and I really love this about you and that about you. Or he'll send me a text early in the morning. I woke up thinking about you and whatever, and it's just, I think that's sweet. Keeps things, it's nice to get a little love note every now and then.
I think a surprise candlelight dinner.
Ooh, yeah. We'll have to think about that. Oh wait, if we plan it, it won't be a surprise, will it? Yikes.
I'll remember not to tell you.
Okay. But anyways, anything else? Oh, there goes my phone.
Okay, I see we having calls already live on Facebook, but the calls are not yet. We'll pick up the line in 10 minutes, and your voices will be straight on the air.
Yeah, okay. I think he's a little full of beans. Okay, we had a few other subjects. Do you want to cover a couple others, or do you think that's enough for a day?
Sure, whatever you say.
Whatever I say.
Yes,
Okay,
dear.
one person wanted to know about love languages, and I had no clue. I thought she meant like how you look at each other or touch each other, whatever. But there is actually something called The 5 Love Languages, a book.
Uh-huh.
And then focus on the family with Dobson. What's his name? James Dobson? I forgot. But he's got a whole article on it. But that's something I've got to kind of research and see what it's all about. So that might be, my phone's just going nuts over there. So that might be another time talking about that one. Something else, somebody wanted to talk about children and blended families. Oh boy, I'm an expert at that one. That is not easy. I'll tell you that right now.
Say a little something about it.
Well, something I actually read or heard yet. Oh, it was at church at the class last night about the orphan spirit or orphan child.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's almost how I think about kids that are going into, like their parents divorced or somebody died or something. They're almost a little bit like an orphan child. And when you bring children into your relationship, they almost feel like you're taking over and trying to replace the other one. Mm-hmm. And I think some people do it way too early, like they might be going out a day or two and, oh, come on over and spend the night, or come meet my kids, or come, you know, and sometimes they might want to wait, especially if they're younger kids, I think. I think when they're older, they understand a little better, but, you know.
I agree.
No other comment?
No.
Okay. All right. Somebody else wanted us to do a show about church. That'll have to be, I'm not sure exactly what they meant by that. Like, how does church help in a relationship?
We will have to receive more information or more.
Yeah, you'll have to get a hold of.
You need to,
It was one of your,
elaborate on
it was
it.
one of your friends, so you'll have to get a hold of them and say, what do you want to know? You know?
One of my friends.
Yes.
Oh, gee.
I haven't met him yet.
Like my friends.
Your friends are wonderful. The ones I've met, I love them.
Better than your friends.
And okay, well, speaking of why I love Pablo, besides all the reasons why I do, but like every time I meet anybody he knows, you know, out in the music world, out whatever, they all love him like a brother. And they all tell me you are, you know, he is a good guy, hold on to him. Hopefully they're not just trying to say that because you're their friend.
Hey, I pay him a lot for that. What do you
I know.
expect?
No, but he is loved out there very much, so that tells me he's a good guy. Because if he wasn't a good guy, they'd be like, watch out for him, you know. Okay. And I think
okay, enough.
one more.
Okay, yeah.
I think that was all. Did I miss anything? Finances and tithing. That's something I don't know really what he does. We keep our tithing separate right now because we're not living together or married or whatever. I do my 10%. I don't know what he does, but anyways, when you're married, you got to kind of come to, you know, how much are you going to tithe? 10% more?
Yeah, me, I haven't been tithing money-wise. Because, I don't know, it's, I plan to, and when I do, but it doesn't say anything about how much I love my church, because if my church needs me, I'm going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that cannot be bought.
I was just going to bring up that tithing, you know, with your time too.
Eventually I will, I know I will, I just, you know, and I don't feel guilty about it, you know, I just know my situation. I know the only one I could judge is God. I mean,
No, the only one that can judge you. But yeah, but also tithing with your time. You know, we both work at our church cleaning it.
But tithing is important because, you know, the church has bills, it's got electricity bills,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got maintenance, it's got all sorts, you know, this thing just doesn't come out in the air, you know, and it's important. You love your church, you're going to support your church.
Mm-hmm.
Like any other thing, when you love, you support it.
Yeah. Even things you don't think about, like coffee, toilet paper, cleaning products, that all comes out. Excuse me. So,
Some churches don't drink coffee.
we do. Coffee, donuts, we like it all. We have our breakfast every 6 weeks, and that costs money, paper plates and, you know, just everything for that. So that's why you should tithe to your church. You know, you should strive for 10% because that's what it says in the Bible, but even helping out a little bit is good.